Hey, girlfriends. It's been a while since I've come on live in here, hasn't it? I think the last time I came on live was when I announced that I was doing my challenge for $1. That was pretty crazy. Yep, I only did that once. That was a very large group. It was a lot to do. Oh my goodness. So, hey Linda, how are you doing? I miss you. I'm so glad you're here. So yeah, bam, you guys. Oh my goodness. So I thought I would talk about some things that, I think that you guys could benefit from, but I want to tell you too about my results this week. Linda, are you still working hard? Hey, Karen. So, you guys know I'm creating a new program, right? And so it's a 12-week program and I'm 4 weeks in. I completed 4 weeks on my own program. I'm so proud of myself. So, do you want me to talk? I'm going to tell you guys my results. I'm sure you want to know. You're still working hard, Linda. Awesome. Did you get any results this week? Let me know. So, my first week of doing my new program, right? I lost 2.6 pounds and 4 inches. That was awesome. Second week, it slowed down. I lost 1.2 pounds and 2.5 inches, but still not bad, right? The third week, I gained 1.2 pounds, but I still lost half an inch. But at that point, I was like, okay, if I'm doing something, I want to see results. So this is why I always tell you guys to track and to report, because if you can catch it early, you can make adjustments and not waste your time doing the same wrong thing and not seeing results. So I was like, okay, that's not good enough results for me. I want better. So I adjusted my meal plan and I did refeed days. And refeed days are basically just days where you shift up your macros a little bit. I added more carbs and I took out, I did less fat and a little bit less protein so I could get more carbs in. And bam, dropped like 1.5 pounds the next day. And so I'm like, okay, that was results. I'm going to repeat it, right? So I did another day, bam, down another 0.8 of a pound. So I'm like, okay, repeat, bam, down another 0.8 of a pound. Like, repeat, down another 0.5 pound. I'm like, okay. But then yesterday morning, my difference was only 0.2 of a pound. So it was tapering off. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do one more day. And then tomorrow I'm going to change. So then, hi, Lizzie. So then this morning, my weight was the same from the day before, right? So I'm like, okay, it is time to switch my macros again. So this is why you need to just keep track of things, you guys. Because if you have a specific goal, you need to track, right? You need to track so that you can hit your goal. It's like having a map to get to where you want to go, but then never looking at the map. Like, what's the point of the map, right? Like, you need to be tracking what you're doing. So I switched it up. So last week, you guys, I lost 3 pounds. You're in Ireland. Oh my goodness, Lizzie. Last week, I lost 3 pounds. Okay. Bam. And another 2 inches. So, So I didn't waste a week, you guys, right? Like, I could have wasted a week and maybe only lost 0.5 pound and been like, why am I doing this, right? No. We make adjustments, we see results. So overall, you guys, because I'm doing it in 3 phases. So that was completion of phase 1. I lost 5.5 pounds and 9 inches. Yay! So happy. So now I'm on to phase 2. So today I started a new macro split. We talked about tracking macros in my one group. I have 2 groups going on right now. So in the one group, we talked about tracking macros for weight loss. Hi, Misty. How are you doing? And then my other group, we talked about, what did we talk about in the other group? Oh, we talked about how to break a plateau. Let me see. Linda, I can't read comments with that stupid rubber band. Busted. Hold on. Let me see what you said. Oh, thanks, Misty. You love my hair. Woohoo, yeah, I know, yay. Oh, get that alarm off my phone. So here's what we're going to talk about today. And if you guys have further questions, you can post them down below. But yeah, so anyway, I'm working on this program, you guys. I'm so excited. It's going to be way more detailed than the 28-day challenge, and it's going to be way more focused on losing weight, building muscle, and sculpting your physique, rather than more mindset and the self-love and the, what's the other one? And the hormones and sleep. Because I figure we covered that already, right? We covered that in the 4-week challenge. So now 12 weeks is going to be, let's get real results, right? Plus, it's going to be more fine-tuned for your individual needs, which is awesome because that's what we need to see results. So I want to talk about how to tell when you should stop restricting calories. Okay, when is it time to stop? And when it's time to stop, how do you eat again, right? How do you bring your calories back up without gaining fat, without gaining weight back? Because isn't that the fear? Like, we want to lose weight, but then we're like, but it just comes back. Well, there's a reason why it just comes back. There is this very specific way to bring your calories back up without gaining the fat back, because you can lose the weight, okay, and then bring your calories back up and not gain the weight back. But you have to do it the right way. So let's talk about that. So first off, how do you tell when you have restricted too long? Okay, everyone's different, obviously. You know, some people have restricted for just, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, and that's pretty normal, right? But if you're at like 6 months, a year, 2 years, your whole life, like, what's your past history? If you in your life have restricted a lot, it's probably a good idea to bring your metabolism back. They talk about metabolic damage, right? Well, and that's not really the correct term. It's not damage. It's fixable, okay? It's called metabolic adaptation because your body is a machine, okay? It's built to adapt to what you feed it and to optimize energy levels. So if you reduce your calories, your body says, oh, there is less food available. I want to stay alive, so I'm going to become more efficient at what you give me. So it brings its metabolism down to match what you're feeding it, right? Which is great from an evolutionary standpoint, right? We stay alive. But if you're trying to lose fat, that's like the enemy, right? Because then you're like, crap, now what do I do? Well, you have to reduce your calories more to lose weight again. So you'll lose some weight, but then your metabolism adjusts and it comes back down again. So then you keep doing this thing, right? And then you get down to what? 1,200 calories. So then what? You're supposed to eat 800 calories? And to lose weight? Obviously there's a point where you've got to stop restricting calories and you need to bring your metabolism back up to a healthy level where you can eat like 1,800, 2,000, 2,200 calories, not gain weight. So then you can bring it down again and do another cut phase, right? So if you have, say you've brought your calories down and you're at, a fairly low level, let's say 1,200. Like, I would never recommend anybody go below 1,200 calories. That's really low. So if you're around 1,200 and you're not losing weight, it's time to stop restricting. Okay, that's when you need to look at your health, right? And you need to bring your metabolism back up. Obviously, there are times when people go below 1,200 calories. People who are in physique competitions, bikini competitions, right? They reduce their calories to crazy amounts, like even 1,900, while they're doing like 2 hours of cardio plus weight training, right? They're doing that for a specific goal, right? They want to look ultra shredded and lean on stage. So they know when they get on stage, they are not healthy. That is not a health competition, it's a bikini competition, right? Their goal is to look as absolutely shredded as possible. So they know then after that competition is done, they have to bring their calories back up and their metabolism back up, right? When they're on stage, they don't feel great. And normal people don't walk around looking stage lean. Okay, that's just not how it is. So if you're at, like I said, about 1,200 calories, give or take, and you're not seeing results, or if you're at a certain level and all what you can think about is food, your energy is very low, you are irritable, you're not seeing results, you are skipping workouts because you just don't have the energy or the motivation, perhaps you've lost your period. Okay, these are all signs that you need to stop restricting, okay, and that you need to allow your body time to heal, time to come back up to healthy levels, and then you can restrict again, right? Like we go through these phases where we cut, right? We go through cutting phases, but then we have to bring our metabolism back and gain our health again. And then we can cut, we can get a little bit leaner, right? But then we need to come back up again, right? Because, a lot of times people, if you try to cut all the fat that you absolutely want off your body in one go, that can take a very, very long time, okay? So you want to do it in steps. Do it in phases, okay? Bring your calories down, lose some fat, keep that fat off, bring your calories up, by keeping the fat off, right? Doing it in a very systematic way. So you're still where you were down here, but you can eat more calories now and then bring it down and then you lose more fat, right? It's just a much healthier way to do it. Let's see. Hello, friend. So say you need to stop restricting, right? We've talked about things to look for. Obviously, everyone's different. You may be at 1,600 calories and feel some of those things, right? Like you're at 1,600 calories, you're like, well, I'm actually not seeing results, and I really am hungry, and I am ornery as all get out, and all I can think about is food. Okay, well, at that point, if you've only been cutting for like restricting your calories for like 3 months or something, it's not necessary that you need to stop restricting your calories, but maybe something like a refeed day or refeed couple of days, like what I did, or doing, a little diet break in the middle, and then continue, can be very beneficial. Like you can totally reset all your hormone levels, and not all your hormone levels, but like leptin and ghrelin, you can reset it and get to a healthier level just by doing like a short diet break or refeed days, and then getting it to where you can continue to cut, the fat off still without totally reverse dieting. Okay. So it's kind of based on what's going on. So if you've not utilized any refeed days or diet breaks, try that first. Right? Try a refeed day, refeed 2 days at least. You get better benefit if you refeed at least 2 days in a row. Take a week off of dieting and then come back, see what you do. When you take a diet break, don't go berserk though. Like this is where you come into the gaining a ton of fat all at once. There are ways to do diet breaks. Don't just go on free for all. Okay. It's a diet break, but you're still tracking. Okay. And you're still being mindful of what you're doing. Because what happens, we restrict and we restrict and we restrict. So our metabolism comes down, okay? So your metabolism is down here, okay? This is like your basal metabolic rate was up here when you started, okay? 3 months later, your basal metabolic rate is down here. So if you were to go right back, say you're like, yeah, I'm done dieting, I hit my goal weight, I'm gonna go back up to my maintenance calories, which was 1,800 calories when I started. So you instantly go back up. So the problem with that is that one, your basal metabolic rate is now down here. This is your maintenance calories. You just went way above that really fast. So your body is primed. When your metabolic rate is this low, your body is primed to store fat. Okay, it's not going to put on muscle, it's fat. Okay, this is why when you have a binge day or you have a cheat meal or a cheat day, okay, your fat is going to skyrocket. And then, so now your fat is up here. You've just undone everything you did. Okay, frustrating, depressing, discouraging. Your fat's up here, but you still have to eat down here in order to lose weight, or even a little lower, right? So then you're like, oh my goodness, like talk about discouraging. Like how do you get that off, right? And that's why consistency is so key. You got to stick with it. And then when you come down, you got to be consistent in bringing it back up so that you don't have that spike in your body fat. Okay. So, you spike your body fat. Well, then you're like, oh shoot, now I got to, come back down here and get my calories lower, right? You can't just go straight back up to maintenance calories. So how do we get it so that we can eat more calories without putting on a ton of body fat? Well, it's called reverse dieting. Okay. And it's just a systematic way of adding, a certain amount of calories back into your diet a week at a time. Okay. And slowly decreasing the amount of cardio you've been doing. Now, if you haven't been doing tons of cardio, that's not as big of an issue. So that's fine. But say you've been doing you've been eating 1,200 calories and you've been doing 2 hours of cardio trying to lose the weight. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, screw it. I'm done. I'm going to eat 1,800 calories. I'm going to stop doing cardio. That's when the fat comes back on. Okay. So we want to lose the weight and we want to keep it off. So what do? Well, try adding, 50 calories, 60, 70 calories, depending on, how aggressive you want to be. Me personally, I'm going to do about 50 calories. Okay. So you're going to add 50 calories back a week. Start with 1 week. Okay. Add 50 calories back into your diet. And you're going to add that in the form of mostly carbs and a little bit of fat. Okay, so you're going to add those calories back and you're tracking it, right? You tracked your weight, you know what your weight is, you know what your measurements are, and you're going to see, did you gain weight? Sometimes people lose more weight, actually. Did you, what shifted in your body composition? If you did not gain copious amounts of weight, right? I mean, it's you're going to gain a little bit of weight, you guys, and that's okay. We just don't want to gain a ton of excess fat, right? So you can expect to gain maybe 5 pounds over the period of a reverse diet, maybe even 10, but it just depends on how much weight you lost. If you lost 50 pounds, right, in your restriction, then, maybe 5 pounds you might gain back, okay? So add 50 calories, see what your body did. If your body responded fine, you didn't gain weight, maybe even you lost some more weight, add 50 calories more the next week, okay? And then see what your body did. How did it respond? Did you go up maybe half a pound? That's okay, okay? Did it come down again? Okay, well, maybe you need to add like 70 calories, right? Or maybe you need to add 40 calories, depending on what your body did. So you're going to slowly, week by week, increase your calories by, about 50 calories each week until you get back up to where your body is maintaining a weight, right, that you feel comfortable with and you feel good where you're eating. Does that make sense? Where you no longer are food obsessed, where all what you can think about is food and what you can eat, right? Get to that healthy place. And then after you've been there for a while, I would then stay there, okay, for a month or 2, 3 months, however long. Get your body feeling good, feel happy again. Yes, Linda. And then you can start another cutting phase, okay? Another phase where you, slowly bring your calories down again, right? We're not talking huge jumps. Normally they say like cut 500 calories a week and you'll lose, 3 pounds of body fat a week or 2 pounds of body fat a week, because it's all numbers, right? They're like, 500 calories times 7 times whatever, blah, 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 equals a pound or 2 pounds or whatever. That's great if your body was a math machine, but it's got hormones, it's got histories, you've got dieting history, all these things, stress, all these different things that come into play. So it's not exactly that cut and dry, okay? So I would recommend only cutting, like 200 calories to start and just, slowly coming down, because as you come down, your body's going to adapt again, right? You bring your calories down, the metabolism comes down again. So if you drop really low, your metabolism is going to drop really low, really quick. So why not do it gradually, right? So that you can keep tweaking that number, right? And keep continuing the fat loss over a longer period of time so that you can hopefully lose all the weight that you want to lose. Does that make sense? So as far as the cardio too, say you've been doing 2 hours of cardio, because some competitors do end up doing 2 hours of cardio a day, you guys. That's crazy, huh? But they're trying to get to ultra lean levels of body fat, right? So say you've been doing 2 hours of cardio, okay? If you just stop doing cardio completely, right, your body fat's going to go up. So take out 15 minutes of cardio, right? Take it down to, if you were doing 2 hours, I would take it down to 1 hour, right? If you were doing 1 hour of cardio that whole time, take off 15 minutes, do 45 minutes of cardio, okay? Then after time, take it to 30 minutes, right? Because if you're doing cardio instead of just lifting weights, right? If you're doing cardio, you have to maintain that level of cardio to keep the weight off if you don't do anything about it, right? So if you were doing 1 hour of cardio every day to lose weight, you're going to have to do 1 hour of cardio the rest of your life to maintain that. Unless you slowly reverse diet, bring it back up, doing the calories, slightly decreasing the amount of cardio you're doing. And this isn't referring to NEAT, your non-exercise something. I can't remember what it stands for, but it's the calories you burn from like daily activities. Like say you walk your dog every day, but you don't count that as you're exercising, or say you, say you live in an apartment and you end up going up 10 flights of stairs and down 10 flights of stairs 5 times a day. Like that's not your scheduled exercise. It's the calories you burn without it being scheduled to be a calorie burn. Do you know what I mean? So it's just your calories burned. Hey, Lori. So don't be counting that. This is just the amount of exercise you're doing with the plan to burn calories. So in time then, you can get it so that, you no longer have to be doing the cardio. You could be doing maybe like 1 or 2 sessions of cardio a week, eating more calories, and maintaining your healthy, lean physique. Doesn't that sound like the epitome of what we all want? Like to be able to eat, 2,200 calories or more and not exercise so much and still be lean. Like, amen, right? So the cool thing, hi, Lori. So the cool thing is that you totally can do it, right? Like it's totally achievable. It's just a matter of knowing how to do it, doing it the right way, doing it slowly and systematically. You guys, losing weight and building muscle, changing your physique takes time. It takes time. There is no quick fix. There is no magic pill. There is no magic detox tea. Okay, there's no magic way to get there. Okay, the way you get there is consistency. Okay, it's doing those healthy things day in, day out for the long term, right? It's a lifestyle. Being healthy is a lifestyle. Okay, it's not something we're just going to do for a short period of time and then be like, okay, yeah, I'm healthy. Now I'm going to stop doing all those things I did to get healthy, and I'm still going to be healthy. No, right? We've got to still do the healthy things, but we can do less of the concentrated things, the exercising and the eating really strictly, right? We can have some flexibility in that. So, do you guys have any questions about that? Questions, Bueller? Did that make sense? I hope I explained it well enough. I could explain more if you needed, but I wanted to talk about that because I know there's a lot of you in this group that have been through many of my challenges and have been restricting for quite a while, and maybe you're not seeing results as fast as you want. And really, you can only, in order to lose weight, you have to create a deficit, right? The two ways to create deficits are reduce your calories and increase your exercising. So it made perfect sense. Okay, good, Linda. So if you already are at, 1,300, 1,200 calories, you really don't have much room left to keep restricting calories, do you? So there comes a time when you have to just, okay, this is where I'm at. I'm gonna heal my body. I'm gonna bring my metabolism back up, and then I can do it again, right? So I want to make sure that you guys have a healthy mindset when it comes to doing these things. Yes, thank you, Lori. So that you can truly get to where you want to get without damaging your bodies or doing some irreversible damage. Because the stuff with your metabolism is totally reversible. You can bring your metabolism back up. And all these things I'm working into my 12-week program that I'm creating because I want it to be just the perfect tool for you guys to just finally shred that fat off and then bring your body back up to a healthy state so that you can maintain it and keep your sanity and eat food and not spend all your life exercising, right? So, all right. That is today's lesson, folks. So if you have no other questions, I will hop off. But I might do this more often if you guys have questions for me because I enjoy it. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.